Plaintiff Felicia Sims says a couple of years ago she lost her job and her apartment. Felicia claims she went back to school and got a better job, but now she's struggling again as a result of the defendant. Felicia's suing because she claims the defendant stole her money order that was intended to pay her rent. Defendant James Barconi says he's always helped people and even got his wife's family an apartment in the same complex as Felicia. James insists he had nothing to do with Felicia's money order being stolen.
All right, start with you.
Okay, Judge, I just want to say my family and I, we love your show. We watch you every day. I even have to record it for my 5-year-old because when he comes home from school, he says, I have to watch my Judge Mathis.
Right. Starting him early, okay, so he knows the law already.
He does.
At age 5.
Everything.
Good.
Okay, as a Detroit native like yourself, my mother grew up in Herman Gardens, which is your old stomping grounds.
And, what's your mother's name?
Linda.
She got a last name? Or she...
Her name is
She got a warrant on her?
No.
Can't tell me her last name?
I hope she don't, because I'm about to discuss her name. No, she's not that type of person.
Plaintiff Felicia Sims is suing because she claims the defendant stole her money order that was intended to pay her rent, forged his name on the money order, and cashed it.
Go ahead.
Okay, but just like Detroit has had its financial issues, just as everybody heard, I've had hardships myself in the past. A couple years ago, when the economy was doing really bad, I had lost my job, and by that I'd end up, losing my apartment, and I'm a single mother. But since then, I went to school, and I got my associate's degree in business. Good. And I found an even better job, to bring myself out of that hardship. Good. But now I find myself in here to court today because I've been put in another hardship.
Because what?
Because I'm in another hardship due to the defendant.
All right, let me allow him to give some background.
How you doing, Your Honor? I'm from New Orleans, and I was raised to help people out. I lived in Michigan for the last 20 years. Okay. In 2005, I helped relocate my family from Hurricane Katrina to Detroit. And 3 years later, helped them relocate back to New Orleans. In 2009, I was trying to help out some family members that my wife asked me to help. They needed a place to stay. I rented an apartment in my name and put their utilities in my name. They live in the same residence with the plaintiff over there.
Did you know the plaintiff?
No, I don't. Never met her before.
Your relative?
No, they live in an apartment.
Gotcha. Separate apartments.
Yes, separate
but same building.
Yes.
But that's how they know each other, and that's how you get involved.
They don't know each other. I don't believe they never met.
Okay, let me allow her to tell me what happened.
Okay, yes, he's right. I don't know the defendant at all. Okay. What happened was on May the 5th of this year, I put a rent money order in my Dropbox for $725 to pay my monthly rent that month. And about the 8th, the rental company sending me a letter saying, oh, you haven't paid your rent. So I go to the office, and they're like, okay, we don't have your rent for this month. So being the person that I am, I keep all my records. I keep everything. So, I still have the original money order receipt, which I have here.
Let's see it, please.
And
how did he get involved? Go ahead.
So that I had to, contact the money order company, and this is what they sent me.
Let's see it, please. And what is that?
This is a money order that was written over with my handwriting that was used to pay somebody else's electric bill. My money order.
And it has the purchaser is your name.
Yep, clearly
That's
you can
why
tell they've written over it. Yes.
So what do you think? What's your theory then?
So my theory was, somebody maliciously, stole the money order to pay their bills instead of using it as a
Do you think he stole it?
Well, it's his name, so I don't know what the situation was. So I have to go after the person whose name is on that money order.
And what happened?
So we went to court. Okay, because I filed a police report on that also. So here's the police report for that. So James and I went to court 3 different occasions.
You filed criminal charges against him?
I did. The city attorney had informed me that a relative of his had actually perpetrated, did the money order. But my thing is, it's ultimately his responsibility.
How?
If you put something in your name for somebody, you have to take the responsibility of you putting your name out there. It's just like if he put a car in his name for somebody else. If they can't find him.
What does putting his name on his relative's energy bill have to do with them stealing from you and him knowing nothing about them stealing?
Well,
if they'd have broken into your house, even though they live somewhere else, he would have been responsible?
No, what I'm saying is when we went to court, this is the third time we went to court is when it came up that the relative did it. So my thing is, why didn't that come up the first time we went?
What was the result of the relative admitting? It was dismissed, wasn't it?
Yes.
Why do you think that is?
Well, they said they had to get information on the relative because they don't even know where the relative is.
Plaintiff Felicia Sims is suing because she claims the defendant stole her money order that was intended to pay her rent, forged his name on the money order, and cashed it.
And so the only reason you think they dismissed it is because they can't find the relative.
Yes.
Not that they didn't think he did it.
Well, they
still thought he did it.
No.
But they wanted to find the relative.
No, they said that, they had to, with the evidence they had, what I was told by the city attorney was they had a letter. But it come to find out there was no letter because when I went to the court.
Why did they say they dismissed the case against the person you charged with a crime?
Because they had evidence that's saying that a relative did it and he did not do it.
Did they believe he was not guilty?
Yes.
But you believe he is anyway?
I believe, yes, that's what I believe.
Because his name was on their utility bill.
And also because we shouldn't have had to go to court 3 different times. Do
you believe he forged his name on this?
Yes, I do.
Okay, good enough.
Your Honor,
but the court didn't.
No.
Okay. Good enough. All right.
I got a copy of my driver's license. You can check the signatures on there. I got the court paper that the case was dropped.
Let's see it. She admits that it was dropped, but she just thinks that the court was wrong. Yep. Nearly every letter is different. So I'm going to conclude this isn't his signature. Mm-hmm. He was the victim just as you were. He was the victim of someone using his name illegally. Mm-hmm. You were a victim of someone using a fraudulent name to cash your money order. So I can't hold him responsible for something he didn't do, for something someone else did, just because he helps his relative. That's not enough to hold him responsible.
But just to say, just like when he put the apartment in his name, even if the relative didn't pay the rent, they're not gonna come after the relative, they're coming after him.
Ma'am, I'm not gonna hold him responsible for someone else's thievery. I'm sorry. Your claim is dismissed. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor. First, I'd like to say I'm sorry to Mrs. Sims what happened to her. I came here today to clear my name.
I just feel like, now I'm about to get evicted from my place because somebody in his family stole from me. So I have no justice with the whole situation.
Ever wonder how important a signed agreement is to your case? If so, go to my website, askjudgemathis.com, and ask me about it.